Hi there, we are Lisa and Chris. Please join us aboard our main ship 390, Cool Beans, as we cruise America's Great Loop. So as we mentioned, we stayed 3 days longer in Fort Pierce than we had originally planned. We walked around the marina, ate at local restaurants, put our stickers out, and even went to the St. Lucie County Aquarium. It was a small but very neat place. We saw turtles, crabs, jellyfish, and even a seahorse. We did finally leave Fort Pierce after 6 nights. It was good to get some rest, but it was really good to get back on the water. Does anyone know what this is? We're assuming it's a racing sailboat. Good morning.
Good morning.
Where are we finally leaving from and where are we going?
Leaving Fort Pierce after a week of waiting for the wind to lay down.
That wind was not fun. And where are we going?
Headed to Melbourne, Florida.
That's right. And what's the weather look like for the next couple of days?
Today looks fantastic. Tomorrow morning, chance of thunderstorms, and the wind will be changing from south to north.
All right. Well, we're going to go with it, play it by ear, see what happens, all that, right?
Hopefully we'll get to see the rocket launch from Cape Canaveral on Thursday.
That's the plan. Fingers crossed. All right. Check in later. Heading to Melbourne, we saw some beautiful homes and even this little island in the middle of the channel. Chris wondered if Gilligan and Skipper were over there. Travel day 24. We went 45 nautical miles from Fort Pierce, Florida to Melbourne, Florida. This week's interesting boat information is about communicating on the VHF marine radio. You probably know that many boaters use a VHF radio to communicate with others instantly, so I wanted to give you the different reasons why we do this. Here are the different types of communications that we do. Tow barges, like, how do you want us to pass you? Coast Guard, in case something really goes wrong. Locks for locking instructions. Bridges, requesting an opening. Marinas, we're here, where do we go? And other boaters. Here is a real example of Chris talking with another boater.
Sailing vessel Cloud 9. This is motor vessel Cool Beans.
Cloud 9.
Roger, this is motor vessel Cool Beans. I'd like to come around you. Which side would you prefer?
Port side, and I'll ease over to the east side of the channel.
Roger, I'll come around on your port.
And maintain your speed. I can take your way.
Roger, I'm not moving much faster than you are.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Where did we just leave and where are we going?
We left Melbourne, Florida a few minutes ago, and we're headed to Titusville.
We are. That'll be fun.
What just happened?
Oh my gosh. So you had gone downstairs for a few minutes and I was up here at the helm and I got a call on 16 that said, Lanyap, Cool Beans. And I answered, Cool Beans here. And he said, go to 17. So I went to 17 on the radio. It's someone that lives right over here. He sees us on Nebo. He's a upcoming looper. They're going to loop soon. And he says, we live right here, and I saw that you were going by, and we watch your YouTube channel, and I just wanted to say hello. And I said, oh my gosh, that's so cool. Anyway, we just talked for a minute, and he says he's fortunate enough to live right here. He lives right back there. Beautiful home, beautiful boat. And they're going to do a little mini run up to up north here in a few months, I think he said. But anyway, it was just really cool. So shout out to Lanyap, and I thought that was really nice contacting us and saying hello. So just wanted to say that. You can see Kennedy Space Center over there on the island. And we went under the bridge to Cocoa Beach, where my generation might remember is where Jeannie and Major Nelson lived. When we got to the marina, we were so excited to see a mother and baby dolphin swimming right in the marina, along with a few manatees. Travel day 25. We went 32 nautical miles from Melbourne, Florida to Titusville, Florida. We left Titusville early, right after sunrise, and we went through this area called the Hallover Canal, which connects Mosquito Lagoon with the Indian River and is part of the Intracoastal Waterway. If you can't tell by now, we are fascinated with watching bridges in action. Travel day 26. We went 42 nautical miles from Titusville, Florida to Daytona, Florida. So all along, we had planned to be in Titusville to watch a rocket launch, but we were a little behind schedule, so we thought maybe we'll just go on to Daytona and see if we can watch it from there. Well, it turns out we could. It was fantastic. This orange ball is the rocket. This is SpaceX Falcon 9 Starlink 645 launching from Cape Canaveral Space Force Station, Florida, which is about 75 miles away from where we were docked. It was so incredibly cool to watch. This rocket launched a batch of second-generation Starlink V2 mini internet satellites. Fun fact, the rocket's first stage booster landed on a drone ship in the Atlantic Ocean about 8.5 minutes after this liftoff. This was definitely one of the most memorable parts of the loop for me. I loved it. It's so bright. So what is your tip of the week?
This week, tip of the week is a good set of binoculars. These are marine binoculars. They have a rangefinder in them. They also have a compass in them. They're fantastic for looking at wildlife. Something else you're going to use them for often is you're going to be approaching a vessel from behind. You need to know that vessel's name. You can find the name on the rear of the boat, hail that vessel, ask permission to pass on the port or the starboard or the one of the two, whichever they verify. We used these this week. We saw something skimming across the water. We couldn't tell what it was. I'll have Lisa put a picture of this little craft that we saw. Fantastic. These are not expensive. These were right at $100. Good set of binoculars. You don't need to spend $1,000 on a set of binoculars. Just do a research, look online, marine binoculars. Supposedly they float. We're not going to test that. Highly recommend. Good set of binoculars.
Good tip.
Good evening. Welcome back aboard Cool Beans. This week we left Fort Pierce and we traveled to Melbourne. That was our first stop.
Yes.
Melbourne, and then after Melbourne, Titusville, and we're now in Daytona Beach. We didn't travel a lot this week. Well, we traveled 4 days, I guess. We got hung up in Fort Pierce because of lots of bad weather and currents, and a little bit behind, but that's fine. We're going to make it up. We're headed to, I believe, St. Augustine in the morning.
Yes,
is that correct?
Yes, I can't wait. It's a very historic city, so we're going to do the trolley tour and just explore the town, go to the Fountain of Youth, and that kind of stuff.
We're going to have a great time there. Yep. Appreciate all your questions. We're going to work on those in the next day or two.
Yep.
Get a video out with answering your questions. Next week should be a really good video with St. Augustine, Jacksonville after that. We appreciate all your questions, appreciate your comments, and thank you for watching.